Cassian Vale was born to a minor noble house in Kvatch, a bloodline clinging to forgotten honor. His father, a former knight of the Order of the Hour, had grown disillusioned with the empire's decline, watching corruption seep into every level of governance. Cassian was raised under the strict code of the old Colovian ways: honor in battle, loyalty to the Nine, and sacrifice without question. He trained with blade and spell alike, preparing not for war, but for a world that had forgotten virtue. But war found him anyway. At 21, Cassian defied an unjust command from a corrupt count in service of the Elder Council. For this, his house was disgraced, stripped of title, and he was imprisoned in the imperial city under charges of insubordination and sedition. In truth, he had refused to slaughter a village of rebel sympathizers in the West Weald, many of whom were innocent. Rotting in the darkness of the cell, his ideals began to fray. But he held fast to one belief: a true knight answers only to justice, not power. And then the Emperor walked into his cell. When Uriel Septim handed Cassian the Amulet of Kings with his dying breath, it wasn't just a gift, it was an accusation. You know the cost of obedience, now bear the weight of salvation. Cassian took the burden not as a chosen one, but as a man whose soul had been shattered and reforged. When the Daedra fell upon Kvatch, Cassian didn't save the city out of duty. He did it because that was his home, the place he'd been born, the place he'd failed, and he would not fail it again. Now, wielding both steel and spell, Cassian Vale walks the flaming ruins of Cyrodiil, not as a servant of the Empire, but as the last protector of a broken realm.